Hey there everyone, it's John here, and for this little tip, what I'd like to show you is some ideas on inverted power chords and give you a couple of ideas on how you can use them and hopefully get you inspired to go out and do some experimenting. Now, most of us are familiar with power chords. It's just the root note and the fifth from the scale. Now for today I'm going to be using A minor pentatonic as an example. So what I'm going to do is play power chords based on the notes in an A minor pentatonic scale. Now the notes in the scale are A, C, D, E, and G. So that means we can play, if we're just sticking with the pentatonic scale for the moment, A5, C5, and we can also move the C5 over here to the A string, D5, E5, and the G5. And the G5 we can also move to the other string, which is the E string in this case, and then back to the A. Now, from the bottom notes to the top note, this A power chord, the low note is an A, the high note is an E. Now, sometimes, and many of you might already play this A5 with this added note on the D string, which is just another A. It's another root note. So you have the root, the fifth, and the root once again. Now, if we start with just the fundamental notes of the root and the fifth, and then I'm going to take the root out and flip it over to the top, so I'm just playing the high octave, or the high root note if you want to call it that, and the fifth below it. So what we did was we inverted the power chord, if you will. So now from the bottom going up we have E to A. So here's our new inverted power chord. So here's our power chord in root position, power chord inverted with the fifth in the bass. Now, these power chords are kind of cool to use because you can do a few different ideas. I'm going to show you two today. One is you can stay in one position and play 4 out of the 5 power chords that belong with A minor pentatonic or any minor pentatonic scale. So in this case, let's get through these. Here's the A5 inverted. Here, the middle two strings, I'm going to do a bar, but careful not to nick the B string. You don't want that note for now. For the moment, we just want to talk about the power chord, so it's just going to be the middle two strings, and that makes up our C5 inverted, if you will, D5, E5, and I'm going to move the G5 over here. So now, instead of this G power chord, the G is now inverted. Okay, so going through the scale, our 5 notes as power chords would be back to the root note. Now as inverted power chords. So notice that within this one position, I can hold down this A, the root note in this case, and kind of thump around with the power chords that are available here and keep this A as a pedal tone. So one idea could be so all I'm doing here is staying in one position but changing the inverted power chords as opposed to a full power chord, which might sound like this. Inversions. Now, here's another idea that you can use. Taking the same scale, same chords, I'm going to move all of these inverted power chords to the middle two strings. So here is our A5 power chord here. Now the inversion is going to be the middle two strings together. In this case, the low note is an E, the high note is the A. So real quickly, here's our A5, C5, D5, and E5. Now the open two strings will serve as our G inverted power chord. So here we go. Here's a quick riff. So there's a couple of ideas to get you rolling with inverted power chords. Hope you had fun today. See you at the next one.